the modern world in which we're living today and in which we operate is changing. And when we talk about field enablement in the context of reimbursement tools, really what we're seeing is they're typically leveraged as a replacement or an optional replacement for these more commonly outdated approaches to mobility enablement, right? And every company functions differently. Even in the chemical distribution space, every organization is going to be different depending on your size and your roles. But there's a lot of common vehicle programs or enablement programs that we're seeing. So that includes things like risky company cars, leased or owned, taxable car allowances, manual mileage submission, or ad hoc expense payments are very common. And to get to the root of it, the main problems here are often the lack of accountability and improper cost allocation that are associated with these options. So, meaning it's often unclear whether the cost of a program is justified by its use, so by what your people are actually doing and what they actually need, and whether its use is properly justified and allocated to the cost. So, are you spending too much? Or are you spending too little? Is it just right? And why? So we're kind of existing in this weird vacuum of unknown when we're looking at these outdated programs. And the results of this are unnecessary corporate risk, the risk of over or underspending, equity and turnover risks due to the lack of data often being used to benchmark decisions and decide how to play versus your competitors, and obviously not to mention the immense tax burden. And so it's because of this that companies are deciding to turn to more modern approaches to fight inflation and to look for vehicle reimbursement technology and field enablement tools to take an appropriate approach to modern enablement in a non-invasive way.